perille. He tietävät näistä autoista käytännössä kaiken. Mitäs auto meillä on lastenvaunuille tai millä ne henkilöidessä sitten haluakaan säilyttää? Olisiko ne? Ei!
Pyöritä sillä pakilla. Hyvä. Oi. Tuolta tonne, pakki tuolta. Oi. Hyvä. Let's go!
Danke.
The game officials for this game have been licensed and assigned by the International Ice Hockey Federation. Tämän ottelun tuomarit on nimetty kansainvälinen jääkiekkoliitto.
Game 2 of our triple header has Riley Barber and the Americans getting set to take on Austria. Austria coming off an opening day loss. Team USA coming off an opening day win. Alex Galchenyuk in the Team USA lineup. Some of the newcomers not in the lineup yet for Team USA, but they are on their way. And Dave, Team USA very much favored in this game. Coming off a win, do they want to play differently than what they did in game 1?
Same lineup, same defensive pairings, same forward trios. The only thing that the coach has talked about, not only to his players, but to the media, is he believes that they can play a faster game. And that means that the captains will exchange gifts, that Austria's got to slow them down. And the coach for Austria, Ralph Bader, knows that his team on paper is far behind the United States. Dave Quinn said his team needs to clean up some areas in their own end and is encouraging his defensemen to be a part of the offense.
Dave Quinn played and coached at Boston University. Look at Austin Watson. Roger Bader knows that his team has its hands full going into this game against Team USA. As we take a look at the starting netminders, it'll be Dave Kickert who will get the start for Austria. Very good numbers in 3 games played at the Olympics, 1.29 and a 9.43 save percentage for him. And again, it will be Strauss-Mann in nets for Team USA. Back-to-back starts for him. Stopped 24 of 25 in the win over Latvia. Referees for this game, Mikael Nord of Sweden, along with Miroslav Stolch of Switzerland. And it is a Canadian crew. As far as the linesmen are concerned, Maxim Chaput and Nathan Van Oosten, both of Canada. They are the linesmen for this Sunday afternoon match here in Finland. Dominic Hackel for Austria will play it up at center. That's as far as that play gets. David Mayer will chase it back into his own end. Mayer plays it up the boards and then gets it back. Mayer sends it around. Howden trying to clear the zone. And a cross-ice feed back for Mayer. Mayer on for Lebler. He'll deflect it in. Stolen off the far side boards by young Casper as he comes off the bench on the change, giving pressure there to Seth Jones. And this gets deflected back. And Killian Zundell will park in behind his own net as the teams will complete their initial change.
And you can tell if a team is going to forecheck hard when they flush out a defenseman standing behind the net, and that's what the U.S. have done early.
Alex Galchenyuk trying the toe drag, works it in behind Kickert. Nate Schmidt plays it across. Peak will play it down. Peak floats to the middle of the ice. He was ready for the one-timer, but the pass never did come. Bordeleau trying to play it back down low. Nate Schmidt all the way in from his left defense position. Now it ends up on the stick of Andrew Peak. Peak will flip it back down. John Hayden. They start the cycle in the Austrian end of the ice. Hayden fights off one check, tries to get it away from Heinrich, and it comes out at center, and Galchenyuk will circle back for Team USA.
Boy, a couple times now that puck is just stuck on the ice when a U.S. player's lifting his head to make a pass and the puck's not on the stick anymore.
Well, and you wonder, 2 games on Friday, 3 games yesterday, and this is the 2nd game today with 1 more yet to come. Luke Hughes will send this cross ice, and then he'll get the pass back from Blankenburg. Jammed up, Ben Myers trying to work it free. Came to the front of the net, and Kickert will slide this on to Manuel Ginal. Ginal feeds it through the middle, trying to spring Feldner, but that pass failed to materialize. And getting chased back into his own end, Ali Wukovitz Vukovic will send it on for Feldner. Feldner will chip it in, head to the bench on the change. Turned over at the side of the net. In on the forecheck, Oliver Ackerman got it into the high slot. And Vukovic with the shot that didn't get through. And Team USA will turn it up ice. Riley Barber on for Seth Jones. Jones, the captain of this USA squad. Drops it back at the line. The shot from Megna did not get through. And they battle for a puck on the far side. Comes free, dangerously into the high slot area. And finally getting it under control and clearing it there was Ackerman. And now it's back where Team USA will regroup. Seth Jones takes the pass. Jones with the long lead pass, trying to get that onto the stick of Gaudette. And this will be an icing call.
Well, the only goal that Strauss-Mann allowed in the opening game against Latvia was a power play goal against late. There's the youngster that those scouts are making notes about. And he has not shone away from getting the puck and moving his feet.
Many scouts in the building to have a look at the youngster.
Marco Kasper is a treat to watch. You know, I don't know if the puck, normally they freeze them. I'm wondering if they haven't done that to this one. It is sticking everywhere.
Out at center, Farrell trying to break into the Austrian zone, got spilled at the line. And Mayer will play it back into his own end. Dominic Hackel will send this down the ice. Peak goes after it. Peak getting pressured by Lebler. And it's out to center ice, no further. And now it is cleared in. Short side try there, and unable to control that was Sean Lafferty. Nate Schmidt back at the line, back down for Lafferty. Lafferty gets pinned to the corner boards. And the puck up and onto the stick of Austin Watson. Watson tried to spin it back down low. Carson Kuhlman is on it. Kuhlman walking it to the middle of the ice. There's the shot for the pass. And it was redirected by Peak, who had jumped in from the line.
Seeing that from the U.S. defenseman, being a part of things offensively, right down towards the goal line.
Nate Schmidt almost down at the goal line. Now he is. Played around for Peak. Peak had it get away from him. And it does get out at center ice. Raffel is on it. And the long wrist shot turned aside. Raffel on it again. The captain of this Austrian team. Cleared up at center. And this will get sent back into the Austrian zone by Carson Kuhlman. Hit in behind the play by John Hayden as he stepped into his man. And this is cleared back out at center ice. In across for Schneider. Bernd Wolf heads for the front of the net. Pass beyond his reach. And Mann just watched it sail to the near side boards. Eric Kirschlager starts the attack, sends it up at center. This will get lifted in by Ganal. Feldner is in with a bump. At the line trying to hold it in was Nico Brunner. But it's sent out at center ice and Feldner will backtrack. Brunner takes the pass, gets to center, tried to flip it in. It gets punched out by Megna. On for Myers, and Riley Barber just in ahead of the play at the line. Offside is called.
They're going to usher in a new puck. I like this call. At the timekeeper's box, an off-ice attendant is holding a puck out there. I don't think they're going to understand. Just throw it, buds. Nope.
So I think you caught on to something there, that rondelle that they were using never got the refrigerator treatment it needed.
Either that or the decal on it is just too thick.
Megna holds it in at the line, lets the shot go. Kiefer Bellows tried to get the tip. Around and cleared up at center by Vukovic. Short side try, and Mayer gets it on net and grabbed and held by Strauss-Mann. Scoreless here in period one. matches in this early championship. There's a shot, man makes the save, puck is loose.
New
Casper
puck is
trying
loose.
to get to it, yes. You do have a new puck out there. Lebler gets it into the slot, and that shot deflected wide. It's cleared back, and on the backtrack, good work there by Howdem. Back in across the line for Brian Lebler, and offside is called on the play.
Lebler's been moved up to the top line, and between the commercial break, they did exchange the puck, and this one works better for Austria. Got a shot off that face-off. Strauss-Mann, former University of Michigan captain, first goalie named captain for Michigan in 78 years, and he played in Skellefteå.
Thomas Raffel in on the forward check. Gets back to the blue line. Heinrich trying to jam it back down low, and Carson Kuhlman is on it. Plays it for Nate Schmidt. Schmidt will drop it back. Wrist shot to the short side by Kuhlman. That sailed over top the net. And right back up the ice for Austria. Nate Schmidt knocked his man down and sends him flying into the far side boards. And to the bench in some discomfort is Benjamin Nisser. Zundel tried to feed this through the middle, intercepted by Nate Schmidt. Turns and sends it on for Alex Galchenyuk. He'll leave for Bordeleau, back for Galchenyuk. Short side try, and Kickert makes the save on that. To the blue line, but not out. Now it does get out. Benjamin Baumgartner trying to chase this down into the USA zone. Luke Hughes plays it around the boards. John Hayden is there. Hayden gets pressured. Blankenberg is on it, sends it up for Galchenyuk. Bernd Wolf was pinching in from the line. They wave off icing. And the long backhand pass up the middle. And that failed to materialize as Eric Kirschlager. There's a chance in front for Bellows. And another big save. So Kickert with a couple of stops. Back in across the line, dropped that. Ali Wakovitz will send this into the corner for Huber. Wakovitz gets into a real good puck battle in the corner, along with Hughes. Huber after a loose puck. Pinching in from the line was Brunner. Wakovitz after it, he's first on it. And the battle for that loose puck continues in behind Strauss-Mann.
Blankenberg doesn't want to move it, and the ref's telling him to.
Finally, it does come loose. Howdem will play it back around the boards in behind the Team USA net. Howdem after it again. Cleared to the far corner. Marco Casper trying to get that onto his stick. He does, but it's outside the line. Casper right back in. And he dished it off and was looking for the return pass from Howdem, but called offside.
Backhand pass to the front of the net. And Bellows hits the yellow blocker of Kickert. And a heavy hit by Nate Schmidt as Nisner goes in and is in some discomfort. And between that TV timeout, watching Dave Quinn talk to his team, at that point they had one shot, and he said, guys, we only have one shot, let's go up to 3, but there should be more.
Shot by Jones, there's another one, and Kickert will see that one and snare it and hang on to it.
Seth Jones getting close to 700 NHL games. He's got a new contract with Chicago that's going to kick in and make him one of the highest paid defensemen in the NHL. It'd be $9.5 million for 8 years. And as we talked about in the opening, he's got gold medals from every level and wants to add another one here.
First World Championship was back in 2014.
Got a bronze there.
And led the tournament in points by defensemen. To the front of a net, a little redirect, and it got tipped before it got onto the stick of Gaudette. Gaudette turns, another shot and another save for Kickert. Zundel will get it up ahead for Schneider. Schneider had the Austrian lone goal in their game yesterday. Austria, another team that is playing 7 in 10, so they will be faced with 3 back-to-backs.
And it was about a month ago that they were told that they would come and be a part of this tournament.
Austria and France added in place of Belarus and Russia. Seth Jones will send this in. Off the backboards, Kirschlager sends it up the right side boards. Doesn't get out though. Drop back by Hayden. Into the slot it goes. Nate Schmidt jumping into the edge of the circle there to get a shot on goal. John Hayden is on the loose puck. Hayden lets it go. Kickert got a piece of that. Nate Schmidt on it again. There's that head fake. Schmidt trying to go back door and ends up on the stick of Galchenyuk. Peek back for Schmidt. That shot blocked in front. And a good block there by Kirschlager. He feels that as he makes his way back to the bench.
And that's the type of shift the U.S. should be having more often. Control down low, get it back to their strong suit, which is their defenseman, and funnel it to the net.
Into the final 9 of period number 1, Austin Watson will take it up high. Watson sends it to the front of the net. Luke Hughes takes a look, spins it back in behind the net. Kuhlman lets it go. Watson tried to get it back to him. And now grabbed off and to center ice and in. And the U.S. on the regroup with Blankenberg. Long left wing pass misses Carson Kuhlman. And play gets whistled down. Is this offside?
It didn't look like offside to me. I think they're calling this an icing, although the puck has to make the goal line in international hockey.
Yeah.
2 Canadian referees, Maxim Chaput and Nathan Van Oosten. Van Oosten's been a staple at the World Championship as a linesman. That was odd.
Controlled by Jacob Megna. He'll bounce it up at center. Good hit there by Hackle. And Lucas Howden will play it up the boards. Casper takes a bump. Comes around for Seth Jones. Jones plays it down, trying to hold that in there was Myers, unable to, and here comes Casper. Marco Casper, nice little toe drag and a good quick release, and just see all the scouts to their pens and to their notebooks.
The pen's got to work out.
Did you see that? And play whistle down, and we are going to get our first penalty of this game. It'll be a slashing call. No score, Austria, USA.
Yeah, I know you can dance, so dance like a referee. Referee can. Referee dance moves. Tripping. Knee. Boarding. Charging. Go.
Austria 0 for 3 on the power play in game 1. Team USA killed 2 of 3 in that opening win against Latvia.
Team USA, number 11.
So Riley Barber to the penalty box. Slashing is the call, and Austria back on the regroup with Heinrich. Drops it back. Ali Wakovitz will chase this down. Wakovitz trying to work it back to the blue line. It gets intercepted. Cleared by Lafferty. Sends it down low. Farrell's after it. Trying to play it to the front of the net, gets jammed up there. Grabbed off by Peter Schneider. Schneider will get to center, hammered around the glass, and it goes off the dasher board, climbs the glass, and ends up in the netting.
And they're pointing outside, the USA players are, saying the face-off should be in the neutral zone. Jacob Megna teamed up with Seth Jones, and Megna knows how to pair up with an offensive defenseman in San Jose. Eric Carlson played primarily with him.
Face-off win, and Seth Jones will send it down the ice. Bordelot getting down there to make sure that and Farrell going to get down there, make sure it stays there on the face-off.
Smart play to get it towards the goaltender, knowing your forward will go there and stay at the net to bring the whistle. Bordelot, the only shorthanded goal so far in Group B play.
Seth Jones back into his own end. 1 minute left to go in the power play. Riley Barber in the penalty box. Bordelot, who has a shorthanded goal in this World Championship. And now back up the ice, Austria trying to set the power play up. Howden runs out of room at the USA line.
A smart play by Bordelot. He turned so that that area between his skates, he couldn't pass through it. And Austria just can't get anything done on this power play so far.
Baumgartner plays it back. To the net it goes, and a backhand try in tight from Kasper. He's done a couple of things in the last couple of shifts to make you notice him.
And in that first game, you remarked, and we saw it there, he is not shy taking the puck to the net. Sometimes high-skilled players will go in areas where they won't get hit. You take the net, you're going to get hit, and here he goes again.
Kasper to the outside. Kasper center, scores! Well, Marco Kasper doesn't get the goal, but certainly does all the legwork for it. And a 1-0 lead as Benjamin Nisser gets the power play marker.
Stationed near the front of the net. Kasper, the legwork up the left wing. And a short side pass allows the Austrian contingent to stand up and celebrate. Here's the move at the line. Looks like things are okay. And this near side pass. Andrew Peak tried to take away a pass earlier that was faked by Kasper. And Strauss-Mann can't seal off that near side. And Nissner's happy after getting throttled into the boards earlier. He's got Austria on the board.
Not a power play goal. Penalty had just expired. And a 1-0 lead for Austria. And another save made as Baumgartner gets that one in on Strauss-Mann. And an icing call here against Team USA. And Dave Quinn talking before the game. We need to be ready for this game.
With Peak going down, that allows Nissner to go to the front of the net unchecked. And Schmidt can't stay at the front of the net because he sees that Kasper might come around. So he's got to, though, vacate a dangerous area. And with that, Nissner knows it's coming right to the tape and gets it upstairs in a hurry.
Blankenberg starts up. Kasper the only assist on that marker. Gaudette looks for some room, sends it across. 1-0 Austria as they get the game's opening marker. Hayden plays it around the boards, and this gets intercepted. Feldner will send it out, and the teams again will start a line change.
Kasper coming into this game, this is a measuring game for him. I mean, he's 3 years from now, he'll be playing against most of these players at the NHL level, and he is, as Austria goes offside, not shy to carry the puck and go to his strengths.
1-0 Austria with the lead on Team USA. So Team USA down 1-0. Very heavily favored in this game. Last time Team USA started 2-0 was 2018 in Denmark. Since 1992, bronze is the best finish for Team USA. They've done that 10 times, including last year. Penalty coming up, another one to Team USA.
Second time in the offensive zone as well as Gaudette is going to be guilty. Not an optimal first period so far for the U.S. Battling for the puck and reaching in between the feet. And the look for Gaudette, he knew exactly when he got his blade in there that he'd go sit on the opposite side from his teammates.
Riley Barber never got back into the play, but his penalty had expired 3 seconds before the puck ended up in the net.
Team USA number 17.
And David Mayer has been added to the assist list on that opening tally. This gets lifted down the ice by Nate Schmidt. Mayer's back for it, on for Baumgartner, back for Howden. Howden, little fake, finds a little bit of room. Howden attacks the line, dishes it off, goes in after it, tracks it down. He'll send this around the boards for Kasper. Kasper tied up, and Nate Schmidt will lift this out at center. Oh, almost a lead pass there, and Lafferty was in behind everyone on the penalty kill. Carried to the line and in, and close to being offside, but play allowed to continue. Lebner sends it back for Heinrich. Heinrich down, trying to get that onto the stick of Kasper. Bounces around in the USA end, and finally Bordeleau will spin it back into the Austrian end.
That was Seth Jones who had his clearing attempt knocked down, but he and Megna are going to continue out as a defensive pairing to try to kill off the rest of this penalty.
There's the drop for Wachowicz. Chips it in, goes in after it. Tied up there with Jones. Puck comes loose, no one at the left point. Schneider had jumped down low, and Schneider will retreat. On for Wachowicz. Through it goes for the goal scorer in this game, Benjamin Nisner. But back to the near side. And plenty of time for Nate Schmidt to clear this down the ice with now just 16 seconds left in the minor penalty. And Heinrich had it, lost it, gets it back. Now he gets pressured at center ice by Vinny Lettieri.
Wachowicz was going to the bench, and that drop pass caught him by surprise, as did that next pass.
Lettieri in front gets a quick shot away. And the power play now has expired. So Team USA 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Gaudette knocked that down with a high stick, but play continues as Austria will control. Pass for Ganal. And now Luke Hughes will start back. Galchenyuk outside, inside, and Galchenyuk draws a penalty. And Team USA will go to the power play on a good rush by Alex Galchenyuk, the former first-round pick.
Well, he had the speed to back Bernd Wolf in, and then the outside to the inside, that long reach, and when Galchenyuk gets low on his skates, he's hard to knock off the puck. And through the triangle, and the hold comes in. That is blatant, and the U.S. has earned this power play.
1 for 4 against Latvia. And Kickert's going to make the save.
We were in this building a game earlier, Great Britain had their fans really supporting their team that went to a shootout. Norway had a contingent as well, but
slap shot kicker at the save, and it's cleared away.
It's quieter in this game.
It is. This gets to the line. Nate Schmidt will hold it in. Schmidt will send this across. Galchenyuk will get it back from Schmidt, and Kickert comes across. Galchenyuk maybe didn't get all of it, but Kickert comes across and makes a good save.
It's a good look off and then over, but you're right, this flutters off as Galchenyuk sweeps through. You open the blade up and you get it off the toe, you can really zip it up high, but it seemed to get the middle of the blade and just fall its way towards the net.
Number 3 overall in that draft. Number 1 was Nail Yakupov. Number 2 was Ryan Murray rather.
1 minute left in the first period. Ensimmäistä erää jäljellä, 1 minuutti.
Played back to the blue line for Nate Schmidt. On for Seth Jones. And back for Nate Schmidt and back for Jones. Schmidt will take it up top. He'll play it cross ice. Galchenyuk will give it back to Nate Schmidt. Jones up into the high slot area and the backhand try, and a good save there. Gaudette got that one through. Now a pile up in the corner, bodies flying. Jones in from the line. And a bit of a scrum going to the right of David Kickert. Finally, Thomas Raffel will pick it up. He'll send it across, and it gets slammed down the ice by Benjamin Nisner.
I'd say that was their best chance. The Galchenyuk one wasn't a solid shot, but Gaudette trying to sneak it through in the backhand.
One last try for Myers, and the first period will come to an end, so almost a buzzer beater there.
Underwhelming for the United States, but they will start the next period with a short carryover power play.
21 seconds left to the man advantage. 1-0 Austria with the lead after 1 period of play.
Shots on goal in the first period. Team USA 10 shots and Team Austria 6 shots. Correction, Team USA 11 shots. Laukaukset kohti maalia ensimmäisessä erässä. USA 11 laukausta, Itävalta 6 laukausta. In Helsinki, score between Team France, Team Kazakhstan 0-1. Helsingissä tilanneottelussa Ranska, Kazakstan 0-1. 10. The score after the first period, Team Austria 1 and Team USA 0.
Gut Spiel, Thomas. Hi, Sat. Have a good one, yeah? What's up? Watch the blue! Outside the crease, boys. Outside the crease. Good. Good. Heads up! Good hit. 11. Slashing. Loose! Loose!
Look at Strauss-Mann, back-to-back starts for Team USA, got beaten by 1 in that opening period right at the end of a power play. And Team USA will start the second period with the man advantage. 21 seconds left in the minor penalty to Bernd Wolf.
Team Austria starts the second period short-handed. Itävalta aloittaa toisen erän alivoimalla.
Okay, boys, I showed the box sticks. Let's go. Let's go, you.
Nice to hear what the referees have to say. We've heard a lot of that here so far in the early going of this World Championship.
Yeah, they get to feel like a part of things.
John Hayden to the short side, kicker down. Seth Jones on the loose puck. Gets it for Galchenyuk. Power play for Team USA. Schmidt for Jones. Out of the penalty box now is Bernd Wolf. Shot by Galchenyuk went wide.
I think they hit the crossbar, Dennis.
And kept it on the far side. The one-timer from Galchenyuk.
You got that one better than the offering in the first period.
Jones will send this in. This gets slapped around the boards by Brunner. Icing waved off, and Luke Hughes will circle back. New Jersey Devil draft pick Hughes dishes it off, goes in after it. Hughes trying to come up with that loose puck. Stick lift there and taking it clear to the blue line, but no further by Casper. Then he'll take a bump. And another big hit on the far side as Philip Wimmer got taken into the sideboard. So Team USA starting with a little bit of physicality. There's that Galchenyuk chance coming up. Yes, right off the top of the crossbar.
Got more on that. Kickard was across, but that would have beaten him before he got all the way there. And you're right, Dennis. I think part of the talk between the coach and the players, get more engaged, move your feet, and take the body.
If you're wondering about Alex Galchenyuk, by the way, born in Milwaukee, so thus eligible to play for Team USA. Face-off is out at center. Casper in on the forecheck, but Blankenberg will get this in. Austin Watson in on the forecheck, but cleared away from him by Mayer before he could get in on it. On it goes for Casper. Casper puts on the brakes. Casper, nice little tight turn, trying to avoid the checking of Carson Kuhlman. And Lafferty will track this bouncing puck down. Lafferty takes it wide on Mayer. Mayer takes Lafferty down. Into the corner boards they go. And another bump on Casper. You do get the idea that Team USA is very aware of who Marco Casper is.
Look for the guy with the cage and make sure you don't look at the puck when he has it and finish.
Battle in the corner. Center to the short side. Kickert makes the save. Lebner on the loose puck. Lebner will get it out to center, no further against Seth Jones. Jones drops the shoulder into his man at center ice. That was Casper. And Hayden will bring it back. Hayden, Bordelot makes his way in behind the net. The puck never did get there. Galchenyuk now giving chase. Comes around the boards. Peak pinches in at the line, but the pass comes to open ice and grabbed off, and Dominic Hackel will send it in. Short side try. Strauss-Mann, not sure he expected that backhander from Schneider. And now Andrew Peak will wind it up. The Columbus Blue Jackets sends it through for Galchenyuk. It was behind him. First on it is Bordelot, tried to get it back to the line. Bordelot waits for it in behind the net, tried to jam it out front. It did come out to the near side. Nate Schmidt tees one up, that is blocked. And now a race for it, but Peak will get back there in plenty of time ahead of Peter Schneider.
It's a gutsy block by the captain, Thomas Raffel. So US have upped the tempo a little bit.
Peak will fire this in. And a pass up at center. And it's on and off the stick of Manuel Ganal. Plays in Klagenfurt. And the championship there last year. Long pass, this gets chipped in by Riley Barber. To the backboards they go. Kirschlager tried to clear the zone, could not. Shot from the line through traffic by Hughes, never got to the net. Kirschlager on it again, jams it around to the near side, race for it. And getting there first, but unable to handle it cleanly was Ben Myers. And Austria allowed to clear. Heinrich will chip it off the boards and out the center. Felder comes across with a bump. And cleared in by Vinny Lettieri.
It's dump and chase for the U.S. now.
Lettieri trying to work it out of the corner. He got stripped of the puck, but the pass was intercepted, but only briefly. Wakovitz now will chase this into the Team USA end. And Jacob Megna will get there first and send it on for Vinny Lettieri. Lettieri for Seth Jones. Jones for Megna. And Jacob Megna will send this in. 6'6", 220 for the 29-year-old Jacob Megna. Some size on the back end. Speaking of size, Austin Watson ran his man over. Off the boards to the line. This gets away from Seth Jones. And Megna will play it back through center. Cross-ice pass by Watson. That got gobbled up by Kasper. Marco Kasper trying to drive it to the net. Gets taken down by Megna. And Austin Watson on the loose puck. Former Nashville Predator. Watson takes it to the outside. Watson played it back for Nate Schmidt. Back for Austin Watson. He'll let the shot go, and Kickert snares it and hangs on to it.
We mentioned earlier about Alex Galchenyuk. His father, Alexander, was born in Minsk, Belarus, played for Moscow Dynamo, and then came over to North America. I played against him in the IIHF when he was with the Milwaukee Admirals, and that's when younger Alex came along. And also, father Galchenyuk played for the Michigan K-Wings in the IIHF. Ken Hitchcock was behind the bench around that time.
Spinning at the line is Schmidt, watched by Schneider. It comes for Peak, the shot. Kickert, the save. Bordelot trying to center. His pass got blocked. So the U.S. has dominated here in the second period. Started the second on a power play, built some momentum off that, and possibly built some momentum off, I'm not sure the coaches said anything, but perhaps Seth Jones, the captain of this team, as they did not have a great opening period. Here comes Galchenyuk, dumps it back for Nate Schmidt. Schmidt to the line for Peak. That shot got blocked in front as Hackle gets up slowly. Hackle takes the pass from Mayer, sends it on for Schneider, and Schneider felt he did get a stick on it. The linesmen don't agree, and icing is going to be the call, and there's Dominic Hackle hobbling his way to the bench.
Inside of his leg on that one-timer from Schmidt, and we were talking with some of the players a couple of days ago for the U.S., and specifically the coach, Dave Quinn. Here's the one-timer, and the inside of the right leg. And they were all saying he's the type of coach for a short tournament like this. He gets everybody's attention, brings the guys together. He's a man of few words when he wants to get his point across. And I think that he had done that between the first and the second about using size and the speed. Those are the two advantages the U.S. players have.
Not sure we get the paint peelers that we used to from coaches anymore.
I'm not sure that works. I mean, you play the cards so many times.
Yeah.
Players just start tying up their skates or fiddling with equipment. They've heard it before.
Yeah. In game 2 of the World Championship, I'm not sure is where you'd want to have a paint peeler anyway. It remains 1-0 Austria with the lead here in the second period.
Team Austria, number 7, Lyman Belkin for Hokic.
Also this year, hundreds of volunteers will be working on the tournament. Without this, game 2 of Balance will be here today. So that we can make a real volunteers are the river makers and we eat. Tässäkin turnauksessa työskentelee satoja vapaaehtoisia työntekijöitä. He ovat juuri niitä ihmeidentekijöitä, joita me tarvitsemme, että me voimme tehdä ihmeitä, että pelaajat voivat tehdä niitä. Jokaisessa pelissä palkitaan ottelun vapaaehtoistyöntekijä. In each game, we reward one volunteer. Volunteer of the game in this game is Samsa Parviainen from social media team. Samsa.
Benjamin Nistner will go to the penalty box on the hook, and Team USA goes to the power play for the second time in this game.
And Luke Hughes was the one dragging the puck to the net along the goal line, so the defense have tried to be a part of the offense for the US. Now they have to capitalize here, or would like to.
Right off the face-off, a good puck battle along the boards. Ganal wins that puck battle and clears it down the ice. Out to center. Vern Wolf trying to break that one up. Ends up on the stick of Hayden. He'll get that in on Kickert. And that's punched away. Kept in at the line by Hayden. Sends it on. Galchenyuk. Plays it back for Jones. Near side, Nate Schmidt. So Schmidt and Galchenyuk have switched sides after Galchenyuk wired one off the crossbar in the last power play. And the puck comes loose. Seth Jones trying to hold the line, but Ganal gets it by him and down the ice, and Vern Wolf first after that loose puck gets tied up there with Galchenyuk. And up the ice for Gaudette. For Jones, for Hayden. It's worked into the corner. Nate Schmidt jams it loose. Gaudette gets squeezed out by Huber. Puck back to the line. This gets kept in. Galchenyuk gets it back up top. Nate Schmidt. And on for Jones. Into the slot it goes, looking for Gaudette. And it just got deflected enough that Gaudette couldn't handle it, and Oliver Ackerman will play it down the ice.
When Gaudette was playing for Northeastern, the Huskies in Hockey East, the Hobie Baker winning year, he was a go-to guy in the power play, either in that bumper position or the one-timer on the far side. But this power play is nearing its end, and still the U.S. down 1-0.
Taken at the line by Hughes. Bellows, back for Hughes. On for Bordeleau. Hughes, and a one-timer from Bellows, didn't get much on it. Centered in front, off the bench is Peak, and plenty of room on the near side for Bellows, and again off the heel of his stick. 2 shots on that power play, 0 for 2 with 5 power play shots. That shot misses, and here comes Raffel. Raffel will wire one in from outside the line. Schneider goes after it, back for Raffel. Raffel trying to work it back for Peter Schneider. Center to the front of the net, off a skate, where is it? Schneider couldn't find it, and it's grabbed off by Riley Barber.
Up and over the shoulders of Strauss-Mann.
So Austria that close to extending the lead to 2. Lebner the shot, rebound, and cleared away from the front of the net.
That is a smart shot. Off the far pad, create the rebound, just wasn't capitalized on.
So Austria now after the penalty kill with a little bit of momentum. Lebner, as that puck bounces around. Ryan Lebner will send it across. Marco Kasper sends it back in for Lebner. 6'3". Some size on that line, maybe with Kasper, as Lebner got promoted to that unit.
Yeah, he had a good opening game against Finland, even though they lost 5-0.
This gets cleared back out at center ice. And on the regroup, Nico Feldner banks it off the boards. On for Marco Kasper. Kasper puts it off a body and in, and Seth Jones is after it. Feldner will take a run at Jones. Out to center, no further. Right back in for Benjamin Baumgartner. Put it down to that far side for Ganal, and he couldn't get a stick on it. Baumgartner chases it to the near side, along with Gaudette. In with a hit was Vinny Lettieri. And slow to get up. In behind the play is Benjamin Baumgartner. And this will be offside as Baumgartner basically on his hands and knees now makes his way to the bench.
He can't put any weight on his left leg. He got twisted into the boards in a bit of a puck battle. Is to be held on by Kickert.
So it remains 1-0 into the back half of the second period.
Thank you, because it's now always a dancing time. It's referee dance guy. Referee dance moves. Time out. Slashing. Spearing. High sticking. Go.
Kazakhstan leading France 1-0, and Austria leading Team USA 1-0. So not a very offensive-minded Sunday afternoon in Finland as we get a replay of the injury to Benjamin Gartner.
Seth Jones had taken a hit, and then he went and squished Benjamin Baumgartner right into the wall, and the left leg of Baumgartner and the ankle twisted in an awkward position.
This gets played around the boards. A couple of good games on the slate for tonight. It'll be Denmark and Switzerland over in Helsinki, and Kickert's going to hang on to that. And here it is Czechia and Sweden in what should be a real good game. This one's getting a little bit feisty as Team USA maybe getting a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, and they know they're not playing as well as they should. It's the offering that goes up over the shoulders, an uneasy feeling for Mann, knowing the puck's somewhere. He doesn't want to be the one that backs it into the net. But this, to be honest, isn't how I expected this game to be over halfway through with 1-0 Austria lead, but they've earned it.
Another one of those teams that maybe used to sit back a little bit more, and now we're seeing a little bit more on the offensive side. Icing is going to be called again.
I just don't think the U.S. thought that it would be this much of a struggle. And credit Austria, even though they drew some penalties to get a couple of power plays in the first, they didn't actually capitalize on the power play. Their goal came just at the tail end of an offensive zone penalty taken by the U.S. That happened twice in that first period. Austria's punched above its weight.
A ripper from the high slot by Bellows, and that missed the net. And Raffel will send this off the boards, and Hughes will circle back. On for Riley Barber. Barber will drop it back. Ben Myers is on it. Ben Myers puts it to the front. And a good stick down in front of the net there by Philip Wimmer. And again, Austria content to clear it back with under 8 now to go in period number 2. Dave Quinn talking with Claire Hanna before the game said, let's not get fooled by where Austria is rated on IIHF rankings. Casper in on the forecheck, but cleared, and Austin Watson has it. On for Carson Kuhlman. Kuhlman trying to drive it to the net. Kicker down. Puck squirts back to the blue line. Sent rink wide, intended for Carson Kuhlman from Megna. Lafferty is on it. Lafferty tried to get it back to Megna, does. Megna bounces it towards the front of the Austrian net. Blankenberg trying to hold it in, and does. He'll send it cross ice. Carson Kuhlman is on it. Kuhlman into the slot. Quick shot, Kicker to save. Rebound. Kicker down and bucket off in front of the net as Philip Wimmer loses the lid, but Kicker with a couple of real good stops. In tight. Austin Watson put down to the ice.
The latest rankings came out in April of 22, and Finland is on top of the world rankings. We see this shot towards the net and no rebound capitalized on. The US is number 4, and Austria is 17th. And so Coach Quinn saying you can put those out the window. Any team at this tournament has deserved to be here, even though they were a replacement team. And of course, you always match yourself up against what you consider the best, or the North American players. I felt that when I came over to Europe, that when I got a chance to play against the other countries in international competition, wanted to prove as a Canadian you're the top of the food chain.
Clear to the blue line, bouncing puck. And Kickert will be careful with that one as it comes off the backboards. It's sent around. Getting dumped on the play was Peak. Some reaction from some of the fans. Nate Schmidt jumps on a loose puck. Nate Schmidt had Gaudette off the back post on the near side, and Gaudette didn't pick up that puck coming across in time. Deflected as Farrell will send that down low. Came off the backboards, and again, Kickert will grab it and hang on to it. You touched on this yesterday. Austria was in the main group in 2019 in Slovakia. They finished 16th. They were relegated after that shootout loss against Italy. And now because of world events, they find themselves back in this main group.
They weren't able to participate in the Division 1A championship last year or the year before. Both of those were called off. The top group did, of course, play last year in Latvia, who hosted the entire tournament. You and I were there.
And Kickert's going to hang on to that so you can complete your story. Nice of him to do that.
I think I was at the end, actually.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll send the message down to young David Kickert that he should have just let the play go.
Although we did have a lovely time.
Yes.
But
yes, you're right.
A bubble situation in Latvia.
The D1A missed 2 years in the main group. 2020 in Switzerland was canceled, but last year did go in Latvia. Some restrictions, quite a few restrictions in play. This gets cleared out at center. That's as far as that gets, and chipped right back in by Benjamin Nisner.
Just 8 shots for Austria, but you know, they're not being folded over here by the US.
Cross the pass to Wick in front of the net, and Huber will score and give Austria a 2-0 lead.
Very efficient in this game. The Austrians off the rush. 2 passes, and Huber holds it and finds the open side against Strauss-Mann.
Ali Wakovitz with that quick pass. And some nice in-tight hands by Huber. There's Howdem. And just like that, it is 2-0.
Pass across is right on the tape, and this goes quickly. Fools Seth Jones, who's trying to block that pass, not in time. And Huber, the celebration, off the skate and past the right pad.
Huber at 6'4", 209, the 21-year-old. I thought he was coming through the glass there for a second.
It's happened before.
It has. But a big goal for the 21-year-old. And a 2-0 lead is a 2-1 lead as Kiefer Bellows in tight, tucks it up top. And just like that, we're back to a 1-goal game.
Boy, did the Americans need that. Bellows, right near the net where he scores most of his goals in North America. Gonna just buy some time, and then niftily in the backhand, come out above the goal line. And that is right upstairs with not a lot of room to work with.
17 seconds between the 2 goals. And that's what that gentleman thinks of that goal. So Myers with the assist and a big goal for Team USA. Austin Watson sends it on for Carson. Kuhlman with Lafferty. Turned over and back up the ice for Kasper. Kasper trying to work his way through the defense of Peak and Schmidt. Out to the line it goes, and holding the line with a big hit was Philip Wimmer. In with a wrister, maybe not as much on it as he would have liked, was Austin Watson. And we get a stoppage in play. Under 5 to go in the second period. It's a 1-goal lead for Austria.
And assisted by number 59, Ben Myers. Time 34:43. Eli on ensimmäinen maalintekijä 22, Kiefer Bellows ja syöttäjä 59, Ben Myers. Aika 34-43.
Team USA hockey fans, where are you? Where are you? Are you ready to support your team? Are you ready to support your team? Which team will win today? Which team will win today? Yeah, thank you, DJ Tommy. Party time, party time.
We talked about the 2019 World Championship for Austria. 2018, they were 1-5-1. Their victory came against Belarus, a 4-0 win, and then a loss to Switzerland. And now, as Roger Batter, their coach, said yesterday, our goal is to make sure we have one team behind us when the preliminary round is done and that we stay in this main group.
Well, win here would certainly help that. If you're a team in the bottom half of your pool, you have to beat one of the top 4 or make sure you beat the teams that are around you.
Number 4, Dominic Hackel, back on the ice and now makes his way back to the bench. He blocked a shot a few shifts ago. Does appear to be all right. Heinrich back into his own end. Heinrich plays it across. And Austria back in on the attack. Huber tried to take that through the middle. Ackerman trying to send it back down low, but it's cleared out at center ice. Heinrich is there, and Heinrich will slam it back into the Team USA end. Heinrich trying to hold the line. Kiefer Bellows will get it out. Vinny Lettieri's after it, couldn't catch up to it. And Huber will put it back into the USA end, head to the bench on the change with 3.5 to go here in the second period.
Well, Bellows a point in each game he's played so far. Had an assist last game and the only goal here for the US.
Schneider dropped it back. Ali Wakovitz tried to settle it down. Schneider with the only goal yesterday for Austria in the loss to sweep 3-1.
And don't be fooled by the number 3. He is a forward, as is Raffel, Thomas Raffel, the captain, wearing number 5 as a forward. Whistle play dead here. The play off the rush. Quick skate to stick. And the celebration.
Some recruits on the way for Team USA from the Minnesota Wild. We get another look at the neat goal there from Brian Bellows, or Kiefer Bellows, son of Brian Bellows. Almost looks like he was trying to get that onto the blade of his stick.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the Michigan. I haven't seen anybody try it like on the backhand. That would be the next evolution of that.
But he froze kicker to the near side and then just simply took it around. And as we saw in that replay, plenty of room up top, blocker side on the Austrian netminder. Ryan Hartman is on his way. John Merrill, Matt Boldy, who had a terrific year, rookie season with the Minnesota Wild, injured early, and then made an impact as soon as he came into that lineup. And a tough opening series loss to the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, that was the only thing for Minnesota, is going up against a Blues team that had 7 20-goal scorers and tough opening round loss.
Bordelot, cross ice, it goes, just tipped before it got to Alex Galchenyuk. Galchenyuk works it off the corner boards, plays it back, Bordelot to the blue line for Peak. Peak, the shot deflected, and Kickert stayed with that and fought it off. To the line for Kasper, he gets taken to the sideboards. Back at the line for Dominic Hackel. Feldner. And Feldner gets taken to the boards hard by Peak. Austria already minus Benjamin Baumgartner, who was injured earlier in this period. Shoveled out to center ice. Galchenyuk knocked Mayer down. Mayer looked over at the referee, thought there should have been a penalty.
Well, the U.S. has gotten much more physical after getting on the board.
And a cross wrist shot into the final minute now of the period as Benjamin Nisner's wrister is grabbed by Mann.
Back to the point, and just before it gets to Kickert, it's deflected. Peak, who had a couple of big hits in that last shift. Galchenyuk posted up in front, but doesn't go through those yellow pads. Kickert played in Vienna for the Capitals, lost in the semifinals. And the other goalie on the roster, Bernhard Starkbaum, probably played last game. He also is in Vienna, but not dressed in this game as the icing will bring the face-off into the Austrian zone.
So the U.S. will look for a face-off win and maybe try and get this game even. There's Roger Batter. 57 years of age, born in Switzerland, Winterthur, but started coaching in 1988 and started in Austria in 14-15 and has been with the Austrian program since. Huber tries to work it off the boards. Intercepted, cleared to center. Howdem right back in, off a skate. And out at center. And Bellows will carry it in with 18 seconds yet. And Bellows will bounce this one to the short side off a stick. And Kickert will hang on to it.
What a lovely pass by Seth Jones. He had his feet inside the face-off circle in his own zone. And a hard saucer pass that lands right on the backhand for Bellows. But once he got closer to the net, Austria arranged themselves defensively, and Kickert's able to scoop it up.
Bellows, USHL Rookie of the Year, championship in the USHL. World Junior Gold. Nate Schmidt back into his own end. Started his NHL career with the Washington Capitals. Vinny Lettieri fanned on his shot. And then taken to the corner boards was Kirschlacher. And now Lettieri and Bernd Wolf exchange pleasantries or unpleasantries, we're not sure.
Well, the U.S. has not been in this position yet. I know it's early in this tournament, but down 1 goal going into the third is not where they pictured themselves, so they have the opportunity to change that with some improved play.
40 minutes done here in Finland, and Austria with a 2-1 lead.
In Helsinki score between Team France, Team Kazakhstan 1-1. Helsingissä tilanne ottelussa Ranska, Kazakhstan 1-1.
Super boys! Fucking right, das war traumhaft. Allerliebst.
Muistakaa seurata tapahtumia jäällä ja varoa katsomaan vaihdollisesti lentäviä kiekkoja. Kiitos.
volunteers will be working out the program. Without this, breakthrough, no one else will be here today. So that we can make a real world.
Team Austria, second goal, scored by number 52, ball Uwe. And assisted by numbers 9, Ali Kukovic, and 21, Lukas Audun. 5, 26. Ja 21 Lukas Audun, 34-20 USA 1. Tilanne toisen erän jälkeen Itävalta 2, USA 1.
Whoa, 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 boys! Sticks down. Yep, go boys, good job. Heads up, heads up. Heads up. Good head, Justin. Let's go, defense 1. Good, nice head, good! Thank you. Whoop.
Team Austria, second goal, scored by number 52, ball Uwe. And assisted by numbers 9 Ali Vukovic and 21 Lukas Naudum. Time 34-26. And assisted by numbers 9 Ali Vukovic and 21 Lukas Naudum. Time 34-26. And assisted by numbers 9 Ali Vukovic and 21 Lukas Naudum. Time 34-26. Ali Vukovic and 21 Lukas Naudum. Time 34-26. Vukovic and 21 Lukas Naudum. Time 34-26. Vukovic and 21 Lukas Naudum. Time 34-26. Itävaltapuolinen maalintekijä 52.
2-1 lead for Austria. David Kickert has been very good. He has stopped 24 of the 25 that he has faced. Many have been in tight. And Strauss-Mann not as busy. He stopped 8 of the 10 that he has faced as the third period is about to get going.
Well, Austria has beaten the United States at the World Championship. It's happened twice. Once was in 1947. We weren't there for that game, 6-5 loss to the United States. But in 2001, the Austrians shut out the Americans 3-0. And there's a tie-in between Marco Kasper in that game.
Peter Kasper was part of that. In fact, Peter Kasper after the game said, we think the Team USA underestimated us. And Peter Kasper, we are pretty sure, is the father of Marco Kasper.
Yes, the defenseman Peter Kasper scored in that game, as did Dieter Kalt, former teammate of mine.
This gets fired wide, comes back for Megna. Carson Kuhlman lets it on to the far side, and now it gets intercepted. And Lucas Howden, who leads Austria in ice time after 2 periods at 12 minutes and 42 seconds. Howden will clear, and now a stoppage in play.
In that game in 2001, all goals were scored by Austria in the third period. Rick DiPietro was in net for the Americans, and Marco Kasper said, he's helped me, my dad, my whole life. 5 World Championship appearances for Peter Kasper, also at the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City for the father of Marco Kasper, who would like to make an indent in this game.
Shot from the high slot by Peter Schneider. That is grabbed and held. Seth Jones, not a surprise, leads Team USA in ice time at 16.5, followed very closely by Nate Schmidt, who is 17 seconds behind him.
Marco Kasper is already on the score sheet in the first period, and a really nice pass. You know he'd love to follow that up with a goal as well.
Many scouts in the media room right now, taking a break between periods 2 and 3, and many of them talking about young Marco Kasper. Bordelot tied up in behind the net. Thomas Raffel will send this up at center. It was in behind Peter Schneider. Doesn't go for icing. That allows Austria to get a change in, and Nate Schmidt will send this rink wide. Skips off the far side boards. Play up the boards, though, is intercepted. And kicker down as Riley Barber takes that to the net. And an ill-advised pass up the boards. And Barber getting a lane right to the net. Doesn't score, but does draw a penalty, and Team USA back to the man advantage as Zundel will head to the bin.
Yeah, coming in with speed was Ben Myers, trying to look for Bellows in front. After that giveaway, the slash there, and then the stick is tied up from Bellows, looking for his second.
Back at the line for Jones. Plays it for Nate Schmidt. Stick lift there by Galchenyuk. Shot, and that's off the goalpost. Seth Jones plays it back up top for Nate Schmidt. Back for Jones. And back for Schmidt. He'll go rink wide into the slot. It comes. And the one-timer by Gaudette off the heel of his stick. Jones, Schmidt, Jones, Gaudette. Schmidt will hold this in. Austria unable to clear. Adam Gaudette turns, fires. Jones with the spinorama and a save made by Kickert. Back at the line for Schmidt. He'll find Galchenyuk on the far side. They'll play catch. Jones. He'll get forced back, tried to go rink wide. Good stick there by Huber to break that up. And Schmidt back for Galchenyuk. And his cross-ice pass, and almost a chance for Huber, but he elects to turn and head to the bench on the change.
Looked like the U.S. were pulling that Austrian four-man unit farther and wider away from their coverage, but that pass intercepted. Helpful.
Bordelot tracks it down, sends it on for Bellows. Kiefer Bellows stripped of the puck. Almost a break there for Ganal, but Team USA right back in now. Bellows being watched closely by Philip Wimmer. Ganal in with a bump, comes back for Bordeleau. He'll play it for Luke Hughes and back for Bordeleau. Bordeleau to the goal line looking for Riley Barber, got away from him. And Wukovits will send it down the ice. And that will pretty much do it. So Team USA 0 for 3 on the power play in this game. One shot on that power play opportunity. Austin Watson plays it back to the blue line, and a shot from Peak, and that is turned aside by Kickert, and up and down a play it goes.
Well, the post by Gaudette right there. The right leg coming out a little late, but the puck is not going to go to the net. Here's the one shot that does get kicked aside by Kickert.
Sweden and Czechia, our final game. Sweden has added a couple players to the roster. Oscar Lang and Amon has also been added to the lineup. This gets chipped up the boards and cleared out at center ice. In for Casper. Got away from him. Mayer will chip it in behind the net. Lebler plays it around to the blue line, and Hackle will take a bump from Watson, gets it for Casper. Casper plays it back at the line. Mayer tried to hammer it through, it got blocked. Mayer on it again. Austria will change, and Seth Jones, the captain of Team USA, settles it down on for Megna, and the USA will change forwards as well.
I can imagine Seth Jones has got the green light to take off at any time he chooses. He's going to change up now, but he'll probably get a bulk of the ice time in the third.
Gaudette trying to work it back out front, gets to the forehand, being watched by Zundel, and that's deflected, and Nate Schmidt will gather it in at center ice. Plays it off the stick of Gaudette and back in. Nisner. And it's around the boards, and Austria content to just let this get back into the Team USA end. Nate Schmidt at the line, met there by Ganal. Race to the far side. Nisner's on it. Nisner ran into some traffic. That was Gaudette. Feldner down low to help out. Gaudette comes up with it though. Gaudette trying to shoot it, does. And that ticked off a body and wide. Wukovits will send it on for Feldner. And Feldner will pump this into the USA zone and close to the red line, but they say he was on his own side of center.
Yeah, it was a stride away, and he, as Austria was in the middle of a change, thought he had seen a winger that was busting down to retrieve that dump in. Instead, that player went to the Austrian bench. So Wukovits will have to try to battle here for a face-off.
Bellows gets it back at the line. Hughes for Riley Barber. Barber back for Hughes. Cross ice, Blankenberg the shot. That doesn't get through. Ganal got in front of it. Ganal up with the loose puck. On for Bernd Wolf. And Wolf will get to the red line and send it into the US zone. Doesn't get it deep as they were trying to change, but then the quick up intended for Bellows goes for an icing call.
Luke Hughes thought he could spring Bellows for the opportunity up ice in a hurry, but it's too far ahead, and the US aren't exactly mounting a comeback here in the third. Lots of time on the clock.
There's a shot that'll be grabbed and held by Mann. Luke Hughes, certainly with some offensive skills, put up great numbers in college this past season.
He did. 17 goals, 39 points, a freshman record for defensemen at the University of Michigan. Storied history of their hockey, and was third on that team in scoring, leading all D.
Hobey Baker finalist. Played back into the corner. Austria trying to keep the puck in that end of the ice as much as they possibly can. Casper breaks this up at center. Casper gets wrapped up from Marley Barber. Back in for Mayer. He'll go cross ice, and this gets deflected by Brian Lebler and up and out of play. Shots 27-13 in favor of Team USA. Austria up by a score of 2-1. David Kickert is over at the Austrian bench getting some equipment repairs. We mentioned this earlier that Austria and France, the two teams added when Belarus and Russia were expelled from this tournament. And over in Helsinki, it is France leading Kazakhstan 2-1. And here it is Austria leading Team USA 2-1.
So you're telling me there's a chance, is what both of those teams that are promoted in lieu of the two you mentioned?
Yep, and both coming in with the same idea. We want to be back in this tournament next year, wherever it may be. Another racing call here. Was supposed to be in Russia, but that will not happen.
The French squad is being coached by Philippe Bozon, one of the first French-trained NHLers. A couple of seasons with the St. Louis Blues before coming back and finishing off his pro hockey career in Europe.
Puck was not dropped fairly. They will do it all over again. And Bordeleau will head to the bench for a new stick.
Gonna check the time on this to make sure they have the proper numbers up. We're starting to see some Swedish jerseys in the crowd for the nightcap game.
Alex Galchenyuk winds his way through center. Sends it on. A little bit of room on that right side. It came to the front of the net from Andrew Peak. And then it's sent around and all the way back where Bordeleau will chase it down. Bordeleau's pass is gobbled up though. Nistner. And then Nister got stripped of the puck. Galchenyuk up at center for Bordeleau. Bordeleau trying to get it to the front of the net, does. And now Galchenyuk pours towards the paint. And we get a stoppage in plays. And a pretty good game for Alex Galchenyuk.
Yeah, he's got his shots towards the net and is driven towards the net himself with the puck on his stick. And with a power play assist in his opener, they would like to equalize the score here. And the only fear for Austria is that they keep looking up at the clock, hoping there's less time. And once it gets to the 5-minute mark, they're just going to sit back, but that's just going to open it up for the US to push.
Well, and maybe a lesson learned by Norway, as Norway had a 3-0 lead. Here's Seth Jones. Jones into the slot, and a good stick defensively by Wachowicz to deflect it out. Norway had a 3-0 lead into the third. There was a penalty shot by Perlini that didn't work. And it looked as everything was going Norway's way, and then all of a sudden Great Britain ties it up with 3 quick ones.
Yes, 3 goals in under 4 minutes. And that game went to a shootout that Norway was able to rescue the second point.
So this is what Austria is facing. You have 2 teams there that Austria probably considers themselves an equal to, and yet both picking up a point. Norway 2 and Great Britain 1. And this was just going to be another icing call.
And they can't be doing this for the next 12 minutes and 15 seconds. I mean,
They can't.
the idea would be get it down the ice, get it down the ice. But sooner or later, that whole mentality of let's get rid of the puck is going to allow the U.S. to have the puck more. I would say don't change a thing. Just be smart, stay above the puck, but still forecheck, get shots to the net.
Blankenberg plays it across for Nate Schmidt as Team USA wins the face-off, as those will become more prevalent as this game winds down. Centering pass got blocked, does come to the side of the net, ends up off the skate back to the corner. Philip Wimmer couldn't get a handle on it, back for Blankenberg. Nick Blankenberg takes it down low, plays it to the far corner, bounces around, and Huber is going to get a penalty for gloving the puck.
Yeah, he held it for too long, and they're more stringent at the international tournaments. You can push the puck ahead, you can glove it ahead in your own zone to a teammate, but when you close your hand on it, even for a moment, they will call it. If he just bats it down, but instead holds it towards the ice, I mean, that's just too long. That's costly to put Austria down. How costly is it with the Americans going on the power play?
Huber with the go-ahead goal. What is the go-ahead goal now? At the time, it made it 2-0 before Kiefer Bellows came back to cut into the lead. And Wukovitz into the face-off along with Gaudette, and Wukovitz will win it, pulls it back, and this will get sent all the way down the ice.
Gaudette's been playing in between the hash marks. That bumper position, more of a shooter for him. Galchenyuk is on the one-time side for the most part.
Shot scores! Adam Gaudette. Never mind setting up the power play, just come in and wire it. And a power play goal has tied this game up at 2.
The Americans breathe life into this game for themselves. Gaudette off the rush. At 11-17, it's from number 17. The pull and the fire over the blocker. Kickert was down a little early. Hackle thought he had the poke check off the puck. Instead, Gaudette is able to change that direction with a pull in and shot at the same time. It hit the post as it went in, wrapped around the back of the net, and it's 2-2 with that power play goal by Adam Gaudette.
Great look at it there as it finds the top corner. It is a power play marker.
Team USA, second goal scored by number 17.
And a 2-2 tie with 11 to go here in the third period. Howden will skate it out. Cross it goes. This will get tipped in by Zundel. Peak is after it. Peak will play it up the boards for Riley Barber. Barber had to get away from him. It is back out at center ice. Howden will leave it for Kasper. Kasper winds it in. He'll drop it back for Howden. The shot, the rebound, and a left pad save made as it ended up on the stick of Brian Lebler. And a good save there made by Strauss-Mann.
There's the penalty of closing the hand on the puck. A little flick at the end. And the retribution, pardon me, Gaudette. He does have a good shot when he has the time to set it up. Lebler on the other side of things as the handshake line is happy for the U.S. bench.
Adam Gaudette has moved around a little bit. Vancouver to Chicago to Ottawa. Pass up the middle, intercepted by Thomas Raffel. Following up on the play, though, there's the shot by Seth Jones off a leg and wide. Bernd Wolf quickly on it. Wolf will get this out at center. That's as far as that play gets. He'll try it again. Dishes it off, snapped up the boards and cleared all the way back into the Team USA zone by Eric Kirschlacher. With some speed, Vinny Lettieri. Nate Schmidt skipped over Nate Schmidt's stick. And Feldner thought he had a bit of a break, but Schmidt recovered in time. Taken by Farrell. Sean Farrell played it down low. That is picked off on a good defensive read by Philip Wimmer. Now banked off the boards, and Gaudette has it at center. Gaudette going to try this again right up the middle. Doesn't find his way through the 4 Austrian players. And then he'll take a run on the far side. Off the corner boards. And now Gaudette is coming back after him was Nico Brunner. Nate Schmidt at the line, the shot, Kickert the save, and then he bats it away. Farrell plays this back at the line, another shot through traffic, and again a good save by Kickert with Gaudette right on the doorstep. 9 exactly to go here in the third in a 2-2 tie.
Mr. Referee can time. So, Mr. Referee, Mr. Referee. Referee damage points, misconduct, interference, penalty shot, wash out, go.
So Adam Gaudette with the tying goal, 2018 Hobey Baker winner.
He was drafted by the Canucks, 5th round pick that the Canucks got in trading away Rafi Diaz.
Shot turned away. I feel Diaz a regular member of this World Championship tournament for many years. Shot from the line by Hughes, gloved and held by Kickert.
Diaz from Switzerland, anchored their blue line for many years internationally. Kickert is going to slow things down. He'll hold on to every puck, just getting some air in the lungs for his teammates.
Kickert with a great 16-17 season in the EBEL League, was Rookie of the Year. Now plays in Vienna. Kiefer Bellows works it off the sideboards, trying to settle it down to get a shot on goal. Bellows heads to the front of the net. Ben Myers trying to work it there. Seth Jones holds the line. Jones gets pressured. Luke Hughes on the loose puck. Hughes will send it to the front of the net. Glove down. Myers off his stick. Bellows was getting ready to fire it. It was knocked away from him. Seth Jones back inside his own line.
He's got 3 points, 2 points his first game, and an assist on that last goal by Gaudette.
Long right wing pass for Hayden, and this one is going to get called back. USA back at it tomorrow against Finland.
That'll be a tough match for them. The Finns had a nice win for themselves against Norway, 5-0 win, and then a tight one against Latvia. A power play goal late in that game to get them the full 3 points.
We'll look at Dave Quinn, coach of this USA team, coached the team at the Olympics. There's a shot. That's off the side of the net. And unable to center it was Feldner. And brought back by Blankenberg. He'll get to the line. That's as far as he gets. Feldner gets knocked off the puck by John Hayden. Galchenyuk is on it. Galchenyuk sends it back. Shot from the line from Megna, doesn't get through. Megna on it again, sends it down low. After it, Kirschlager. He'll get a little bit of help in behind his own net from Bernd Wolf. Gets pitched out the center, and Gaudette will send it back into his own end.
This game is tilting in favor of the Americans. They get that power play goal. It was building towards that, and now they seem to be coming on in waves.
This gets cleared in by Lafferty. Comes back at the line. Long shot kicked away by Kickert as Peak gets that one through. Lafferty on it again, knocked off of his stick. Trying to catch up to that, but unable to do so was Oliver Ackerman. And some room now for Philip Wimmer. Chipped off the boards out the center where Nate Schmidt will gather it in. Back for Peak. Peak sends it on for Ben Myers. Myers for Nate Schmidt. He'll put this deep into the corner. Schmidt waits for it to come back to him. Little stutter step. Schmidt finds some room down that left side, takes a look. Plays it around for Andrew Peak. Gets it back for Nate Schmidt. Schmidt tried to come cross ice. Got away from him, but gathered in there by Riley Barber. Barber will send it down. A centering pass. They'd be careful with that as it almost came off Bruner's skate. Short side try for Bellows. Kickert the save there. Ryan Lebler trying to clear. Kept in by Riley Barber. Barber's shot punched away by the blocker of Kickert. Nate Schmidt was in. Good job there defensively by Lucas Howden. Faked the clearing attempt and bought himself a couple of extra seconds.
And this is just all defending now for Austria. And we've seen this before, Dennis, that it feels like you're doing the right thing by just playing strong defensively the best you can, but eventually the better team will find a way.
Well, and you wonder with 5.5 to go if Austria is not thinking play for the point.
Oh, I think that happened at the 10-minute mark.
Bouncing puck back inside the line. Hughes will get it right back out. Mayer goes cross ice and Hackle will send it all the way down the ice. And an icing call against Austria. We have not seen Benjamin Baumgartner return since getting injured in the second period. Also haven't seen much of Dominic Heinrich, who was in his 4th World Championship for Austria.
Well, Coach Roger Batter going with the guys that he can trust defensively. You just can't continue to ice the puck, though. You get hunched over and try to win a face-off like they didn't get it down.
There's a shot deflected at the line. Lafferty throws it to the front of the net. Benjamin Nisner plays it to the line, but it doesn't get out as Jones plays it back down low. Near side for Lafferty. Lafferty from the circle lets it go. Nisner got in front of that to block it. Now a race to the puck on the far side. And it does get jammed out by Peter Schneider. And Seth Jones with 4.5 to go will circle back into his own end. Jones will get to the red line. They say he did not. So the faceoff will come back, but maybe more important is Team USA will not be able to make a change.
Linesman Maxime Chaput, the Canadian, right on that call. Jones was trying to lead a break in for the Americans. Now they'll have to settle in on a faceoff, and the puck hasn't been in that end of the ice in the last little bit.
There's Heinrich, and he drills that one from the line, and that got turned aside. Zundel on the far side trying to hold it in. Both Zundel and Heinrich, not that big, but both with some feistiness to their game, and now both head to the bench.
Very plucky.
And a change made. Yes, plucky. Back in across for Bordelot. He's forced to the corner by Bernd Wolf. Got knocked down on the play. Up the glass. Magna trying to hold it in. Comes off his glove. Gets to the line. Galchenyuk now in a battle. Galchenyuk and Kirschlager. Cleared back in off the backboards. Kirschlager settles it down for Austria with now 3.5. Bernd Wolf parks in behind his own net. Teams are changing. Oliver Ackerman, who plays in the Swiss League for Le Chaux de Fonds. And this face-off will come all the way back.
Again, these icings will catch up to Austria. Just a near side chip off the wall so it doesn't go all the way down instead of a diagonal cross ice pass that doesn't have a lot of a chance to connect. So now you get your best face-off man in there, you storm that circle.
Bernd Wolf plays it around for Raffel. Raffel sends it out through center. Huber going after it. Finally does catch up to it as it comes back out to center ice. He'll get it to the line. Does get carried in deep. Trying to work that back. Out front is Ackerman. Nate Schmidt gets pressured along the near side boards by Gunnell. Dropped back into the slot, and a wrist shot from the blue line that whistled wide, blocker side. Philip Wimmer walked in, took a look. There's a long pass. Austria changing, and Kiefer Bellows rips one in on Kickert. Cross ice pass is blocked. Comes right back though and cleared ahead by Howdem. Howdem on for Casper. Lebler lets the shot go. It never got through. Lebler knocks Gaudette down. And back in across for Carson Kuhlman. And Kickert makes the save on the one-timer from Vinny Lettieri. And now back up the ice for Casper. Casper tees it up. And glove side, that one went wide. Comes all the way back out at center. And Lettieri will slam it around the boards.
Haven't had a lot of end-to-end action until those two forays for both sides.
Into the final 2 minutes. Megna trying to center it. He did, but it's intercepted and cleared off the boards out the center. Ooh, almost a break for Schneider, but it catches him on the back of the skates. Megna will send a backhander in, and David Kickert will hang on to that.
Well, this is the opportunity for Wimmer, and he has to get it past Peak, who's trying to block it, and so Strauss-Mann doesn't have to make a save. The best chance for the U.S. after they finally tied the score. Lettieri off the glove, and about 6 inches past the post on that glove side.
So the face-off to the right of Kickert, and Ali Wakovitz will hunker in against Galchenyuk. Wakovitz will win it, and it's lifted out the center ice. Galchenyuk back on it again for Nate Schmidt. He'll play it on at center, and Seth Jones getting some extra shifts here will lift it in. USA in a back-to-back, so probably not all that excited about taking this game to extra time, but Jones, Carson Kuhlman. Kuhlman is forced to the outside by Thomas Raffel. Rings it around for Nate Schmidt, and we're into the final minute, and we have an interference penalty coming against Team USA.
Sam Lafferty in battling for position in front. The stick lift puts it high. So in an interference call, and with Kuhlman zipping down the wall, there's Lafferty knocking the stick out of Raffel's hands. Easy call for the official. And Austria will have a power play that will carry over into overtime if they don't convert in the 54.9 seconds they have here in the third.
It is an easy call, and yet you would think that Raffel might be hanging on to that stick a little harder than he was. But it is a power play now for Austria. Third power play of the game for Austria. And Casper in trying to snap that shot through. And right now for Team USA is just get through these final 26 seconds.
Well, I think I'd prefer for Austria the 4-on-3. They'll try to do something off the rush, but.
In across the line, Howdem sends it. Big hit in the corner. Seth Jones stepped into his man. Shot from the line, that doesn't get through, and it caroms up off the body as Casper tried to get that one to the front of the net. He does compete.
That he does, and he's got a good couple of first quick steps. Marco Casper does. And for him to be out on the ice late in a hockey game looking for the deciding goal is the confidence the coach has in the 18-year-old.
There's a slap shot by Heinrich. That sailed over top the net. And this one is going to go to extra time. France has defeated Kazakhstan. So for the second game in a row here in Tampere, we will have some overtime for you when we come back.
Koska varsinaisen pelin jälkeen tilanne on tasan, seuraa 3 minuutin tauon jälkeen 5 minuutin jatkoaika maalista poikki menetelmällä. Jatkoaika pelataan 1 maalivahdilla ja 3 kenttäpelaajalla per joukkue. And the score after the third period, Team Austria 2 and Team USA also 2. Ja tilanne kolmannen erän jälkeen Itävalta 2 ja USA 2. Shots on goals in the third period, Team USA 12 shots and Team Austria 5 shots. Laukaukset maalia kohti kolmannessa erässä USA 12 laukausta ja Itävalta 5 laukausta. Ja tilanne Helsingissä ottelussa Ranska, Kazakstan 2-1. And the score in Helsinki, Team France, Team Kazakstan 2-1.
The World Championship Tournament's official fan zone is halfway between the arena and the railway station, so it's very easy to find. In the fan zone you will find other hockey fans, live music, street food, drinks, official fan products, and of course all
Seth Jones and his mates getting ready for some overtime against David Kickert and his mates. Kickert has been busy. He's faced 37 shots, stopped 35. It has been a bit of a quieter day for Strauss-Mann. Faced 15, stopped 13 as we get ready for overtime. And for some teams, it's all about picking up a point whenever you can. Austria has just done that. France, the other team that came in because of political reasons, has defeated Kazakhstan, so that's a huge win for them. So now what we've seen here the last 2 games, we have Great Britain, we have Norway, and now we have Austria all with 1 point. And then Norway went on to pick the second one up in a shootout.
That puts pressure on the likes of, in Group B, Latvia, that has opened with 2 losses. And Austria is looking to add to the 1 point they have in the bank. 4-on-3 power play.
1:06 left in the minor penalties, Sam Lafferty. And Heinrich will chase this back into his own zone. Dominique Heinrich. He'll dish it off. It gets away, bounces off the stick of Benjamin Nisner. And Kickert will leave it. And Heinrich will wind it up again. Hits the line. Schneider trying to stay onside. They say he did. Back for Heinrich, so they set up the 4-on-3. Heinrich on for Schneider, doesn't shoot it. Wasn't quite in the wheelhouse. Gets it again, on for Nisner. Back for Heinrich. Schneider ripped that one. That one went wide. That is the play they want. Heinrich on it again. Schneider wires another one, and that one got blocked.
It's a big block by Seth Jones. That'll take him to the bench for USA. And Schneider is off now, so they'll have to find another trigger man.
And across the line for Casper. Sends it back at the line for Mayer. Mayer with traffic in front. On it goes for this shot from the near side from Howden. Doesn't get through. Power play is over. And we'll go 4-on-4. We welcome those who are watching France and Kazakhstan. Dennis Bayak along with Dave Tomlinson here. in Tampere, and we are in extra time for the second straight game in this building. Team USA, a look at Nate Schmidt. Team USA just killing off a shorthanded situation that came late in the third period and extended into overtime, and now we get a stoppage, so we'll go from 4-on-3 to 4-on-4 to now 3-on-3.
And Austria opened the scoring back in the first period, and 1 goal on 6 shots for them. Led 2-0 until the United States got on the board in the second, and a Gaudette power play goal in the third to bring us to overtime.
Lead pass. This will get played away by Straussman, the netminder, as Ganal was hustling in after it. It comes loose. Vukovic will play it back at the line, and Heinrich is going to skate it back out and all the way back inside his own blue line for Austria. Chased there by Gaudette. The change is completed. And in across for Peter Schneider, off the post. Peter Schneider is a goal scorer. And a terrific chance there that finds the iron.
Used the defenseman as a screen, and Straussman reacted because he heard it hit the post behind him.
On for Schneider again. He'll send it for Thomas Raffel. Raffel plays it back into his own zone. Nate Schmidt deflects it, and then we'll head to the bench for Team USA. So a couple of chances here in overtime for Peter Schneider. Back into the Team USA end. Kiefer Bellows, a bit of a miscue there. Lebler had the chance on the short side. Brian Lebler stays with it. Trying to lose the checking of Luke Hughes. Lebler controls and now gives it away. Luke Hughes on a breakaway. In overtime to win it. Scores! Luke Hughes ends it for Team USA.
The United States claw back in this game. Coach Quinn telling his defensemen he wants them to be a part of things offensively. And after a shot goes off the post for Austria, tired legs, can't get back, and Lebner, Hughes beats Kickert on the glove side for the overtime winner.
Under the glove, over the pad. And Team USA down 2-0 at one time in the second period. And the comeback started with Kiefer Bellows scoring 38 seconds after it went to 2-0.
But the United States were able to kill a penalty that carried over into overtime. So from 5-on-4 to 4-on-3, Austria couldn't capitalize. And the post on one end and the red light goes on in the other.
For a split second, I think some thought that Peter Schneider shot may have gone off the inside bar, the back of the crossbar, but we saw the replay. It went off the goalpost. We will have the player of the game presentations and then the American national anthem that is played for the winning team.
Goaltender for Austria is very strong in this game.
So Team USA goes to 2-0, but only 5 points. They don't get the 6. They had the 3 for the first win. They get 2 here for the overtime win, and Austria will pick up its first point of this championship. 39-16, the final shots on goal in favor of Team USA, and a comeback win against Austria.
USA 38 ja Itävalta 15.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to reward the best player on both teams. The best players of each team will be awarded to be the official.
So players of the game next.
Official timekeeper of the 2022
First point of this tournament for Luke Hughes.
World Championship. The best player of Team Austria will be presented by Roberto Thum, Deputy Head of Mission Embassy of Austria to Finland. The best player of Team Austria, number 24, Marco Kasper.
So the 18-year-old had himself a game. And named player of the game. You will hear his name at the NHL draft. And you won't have to wait around too long to hear it.
Had an assist on the first goal for Austria, and he was skating miles, but was stuck out there in overtime.
The best player of Team USA, number 17, Adam Gaudette.
So Adam Gaudette gets the player of the game for Team USA. His goal tied things up. John Van Beesbrook to make the presentation. And a 3-2 come from behind win over Team USA. It is triple header Sunday. Our final game here in Tampere will be Sweden against Czechia. That is our next game here from this building, as they will now stand for the US national anthem.
Arvoisa yleisö, jos pystyt, pyydän nousemaan ylös kuulemaan voittajajoukkue USA:n kansallisynnin. And still the final score in Helsinki, Team France, Team Kazakhstan 2-1. Ja vielä lopputulos Helsingistä, Ranska, Kazakhstan 2-1. The 2022 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship tournament will continue today here in Nokia Arena at 8:20 p.m. with the game Team Czechia against Team Sweden. Welcome! Vuoden 2022 IIHF:n jääkiekon MM-kisat jatkuvat tällä Nokia-areenalla tänään sunnuntaina vielä kello 20:20 ottelulla Tsekki-Ruotsi. Tervetuloa! Ladies and gentlemen, the arena is emptied between the games. See you soon! Arvoisa yleisö, areena tyhjennetään nyt tässä otteluiden välissä. Nähdään pian!
David, a fantastic effort today. You just fall short in overtime. What can you say about pushing Team USA into this overtime portion?
I mean, we know that Team USA is a world-class team. I think what really helped us today is we stuck together. We don't have maybe the class of the individual players, but we're a unit and we battled all game long.
And you're getting some stick taps there from some of the USA players. One of your youngest stars, Marco Kasper, had a fantastic goal. How have you even seen him grow here in 2 games?
I mean, I haven't seen him play a lot, but what I've seen of him now, it's pretty remarkable. He scored on me a couple times in practice, and yeah, so he's pretty good.
How do you guys build off of this game moving forward in the tournament?
I mean, it's one important point, but for us, for the tournament, it's not more than that. So, yeah, we're just going to look game to game, and tomorrow's an off day, so we're going to need it.
And then one, and you can answer in German, but what can you just say about your team's effort to push Team USA to overtime in this game?
In German now? Ja, wir haben zusammengehalten. Wir sind alle stolze Österreicher und ja, wir spielen für unser Land, füreinander und für das Team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Luke, you're the youngest player on this Team USA squad, but that overtime goal was a veteran-style play. Walk me through that goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it was just a ram, and, we won the battle, and then I just jumped up and, kind of stole from Ferry, I think, and just went in and, saw low glove, so just shot for it.
You outshot them 39-16, but it took a while for you guys to get into the lead. How did this game play out?
I think we started off a little slow and, just got back to our game in the second and kept on pushing throughout the game. And, we shot a ton of pucks and, tested the goalie a ton. So that was huge for us, and, it was a huge win. So.
Before the game, your head coach David Quinn just talked about how fast you guys have built some chemistry off the ice. How close is this group so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a dedication to the leadership group. They've done a great job of bringing, guys along and bringing everyone team functions, team dinners, and stuff like that. So they've done a great job at bringing this team together and off and off on the ice. So it's been great.
And you join your brothers, Jack and Quinn, as the 3rd member of the Hughes family to play at the World Championship. How does that feel, and what's this experience been like?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor whenever you can wear the USA crest, and I'm lucky enough to wear it right now, and the guys have been great to me, and the coaching staff's been great so far. So, it's an honor to represent your country whenever you can.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. YMCA.
Good job, boys. Way to find a way.